Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama
I'm checking all the recordings.
Does anybody remember where we had left? Muktasanga bro, do you remember?
No, I don't, but I'm checking the recordings, bro.
Huh?
I'm checking the recording online.
Ha, checking the recording. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I think we finished the auspicious wedding ceremony of Nimai Pandit and Shri Vishnupriya Devi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Aparna Mataji, you remember?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think it's chapter 16, text 12, 13.
Oh, we started chapter 16?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Acha. 12, 13. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. Okay. We did till 12, 13. So we should start from 14. Mataji. We should start from 14.
Yes, Prabhuji, I think so. I think we did till 12.
Till 12? Okay, we'll start from 13 then. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Caitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Be grateful for having this opportunity to speak on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, and we are reading from Sri Caitanya Bhagavat Ādi Khaṇḍa, chapter 16, text 13 onwards. This chapter is entitled The Glories of Srila Haridas Thakur. This chapter describes our Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur, and it is said that the situation in this world 500 years ago was very difficult, because people were not interested in Krishna consciousness. They were criticizing the devotees unnecessarily, and they were not allowing the devotees to chant the holy name of Krishna loudly. And there are many wrong philosophies going around. One of them was Ami Brahma, Dasa Prabhu Bhedva. What is the difference between Das and Prabhu? We are also Brahma, we are also God. So all this impersonalism, atheism, materialism, it was highly prevalent. And the materialistic people would criticize the devotees. Devotees were chanting loudly, and the materialists would say these devotees chant loudly because they are वो भीख मांग रहे हैं. They are begging for food. खाने को नहीं मिल रहा है कुछ. That's why they are chanting loudly, so people will come and give some donation. So this type of false accusations were rampant towards the devotees. And not only accusations and rumors, but there were also threats. The non-devotees were saying that let us break the houses of these devotees. They make too much noise with Harinam. So let's break their houses. So all this was going on. That brings us to the 14th verse of chapter 16. Shuniya paena dukkha sarva bhakta gane sambhasha karena hena na paena jane. Hearing all this blasphemy, criticism, accusations, threats, all the devotees felt great distress. Paena dukkha sarva bhakta gane. The devotees became very sad hearing all this blasphemy. They could not find anyone who they could speak with. Sambhasha karena hena na paejan. They could not find anyone who they could who they could share their heart with. Someone who could understand. Shunya dekhi bhakta gana sakala samsar. Ha Krishna baliya dukkha bhavena apar. Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena. Without Krishna, this whole world is a dreary void. Shunya dekhi bhakta gana sakala samsar. Without Krishna consciousness, this whole world was like a null and void. Shunya. Shunya dekhi bhakta gana sakala samsar. Ha Krishna baliya dukkha bhavena apar. And they prayed to Krishna. Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna. They are praying to Krishna in great distress. Dukkha bhavena apar. Why they were sad? Because they did not have devotee association. Because they could not do Harinam Sankirtan. Because Krishna consciousness was not being supported in the world. Devotees feel happy when there is Bodhayanta Parasparam. When devotees can come together and talk about Krishna. That is the greatest joy for a devotee. Don't we experience sometimes we meet materialistic people and they are not interested in Krishna and we feel so bored. Why am I here? Where are my devotee friends? How can I get into satsang? This is how devotees, they feel pleasure. They feel pleasure in the association of devotees. Bodhayanta parasparam. Kathayanta shamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Ramanti cha. That is the enjoyment for devotees. Our sense gratification is to give happiness to the senses of Krishna. See, now also we are sitting in front of Nitai Shachinandan, Radha Shyam Sundar and reading their pastimes. So we feel happy with devotees. Hena kale tathaya aila haridas Shuddha Vishnu Bhakti Jara Vigrahe Prakash. Wow. So this is the situation of the world where there are hardly any devotees left. There are apasampradayas. There are apasiddhantas. People are materialistic. People are mayavadi, impersonalist. And people are criticizing devotees. They don't want devotees. They don't want anyone to chant Harinam loudly. They don't like it. They want to break their houses. They want to complain about them. In this situation, Hena Kale Tathaya Aila Haridas. At that time in Navadvip, Haridas Thakur came. How was Haridas Thakur? Shuddha Vishnu Bhakti Jara Vigrahe Prakash. He was the embodiment of Shuddha Bhakti. Hena Kale Tathaya Aila Haridas Shuddha Vishnu Bhakti Jara Vigrahe Prakash. At that time, Sri Haridas Thakur arrived in Navadvip. He was the personification of pure devotion to Lord Vishnu. Ebe shuno Haridasa Thakurera Katha, Jahara Shravane Krishna Paibe Sarvatha. Srila Vrindavan Thakur is saying, now please hear the topics of Srila Haridas Thakur. Ebe shuno Haridasa Thakurera Katha. And what is the effect of hearing the Katha of Haridas Thakur? Jahara Shravane Krishna Paibe Sarvatha. You will certainly attain Krishna. Just by hearing about Haridas Thakur, you will get Krishna. Srila Vrindavan Thakur is saying. Budhana gramete avatirna Haridas, se bhagye se sabad deshe kirtana prakash. Shri Haridas Thakur appeared in the village of Budhana. This is in Bangladesh now. And as a result, that province is filled with kirtan even today. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada writes, Haridas Thakur is an eternally perfect associate of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Amazing, isn't it? Can I share something ecstatic with all of you? Once my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, was told that what is impossible for Haridas Thakur? After all, he is Brahmaji. And my Guru Maharaj corrected. He said, no. Haridas Thakur is a Nitya Siddha. Brahmaji enters him when he comes. Brahmaji enters Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is eternal. There is no Brahma in the spiritual world. There is no Brahmaji in the spiritual world. But there is Haridas Thakur in Shvetadvip Navadvip. So this is very, very deep Siddhanta. Ebe shuno Haridasa Thakurera Katha, Jahara Shravane Krishna Paibe Sarvatha, Budhana Gramete Avatirna Haridas, Se Bhagye Se Sabha Deshe Kirtana Prakash. Even today, there is Kirtan going on in the place where Haridas Thakur appeared. Kata Dina Thakiya Aila Ganga Tire, Asiya Rahila Phuliya Shantipure. After residing there for some time in his birthplace, Budhana district, he came to the banks of Ganga at Phuliya, near Shantipur. Phuliya is a remote village near Shantipur. Srila Haridas Thakur lived for some time in both the places, Phuliya and Shantipur. If I remember correctly, Param Puja Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he left his body. He entered the Nitya Leela from Phuliya Gram, where Haridas Thakur had done so much bhajan. It's very auspicious. Tirtha. Paiya Tahana Sangha Acharya Gosai, Hunkara Karena Anandera Antanai. Upon obtaining Sri Haridas Thakur's association, Sri Advaita Acharya roared in unlimited ecstasy. Anandera Antanai. No end to the happiness of Sri Advaita Acharya upon getting the association of Haridas Thakur. Paiya Tahana Sangha Acharya Gosai. Acharya Gosai, Sri Advaita Acharya. This is Krishna consciousness. We become very happy when we get association of an advanced devotee, when we get association of sincere devotee. We feel so happy. This should be our happiness. That whenever we get association of sincere devotees, high-class Vaishnavas, we feel very happy. We should not feel happy that we made a lot of money or somebody appreciated us, somebody glorified us, or we have got many followers or this or that. No. We become happy when we have association of advanced devotees. That is the Param Labh. Haridasa Thakuro Advaita Deva Sange Bhasena Govinda Rasa Samudra Tarange. Similarly, in the association of Sri Advaita Acharya, Srila Haridas Thakur floated in the waves of the ocean of Krishna consciousness. So Advaita Acharya was ecstatic to get Haridas Thakur association, and Haridas Thakur is ecstatic to get the association of Sri Advaita Acharya. It is like that. Can you give me one example from Chaitanya Bhagavat, one more example, where two very, very great personalities meet and both became mad in ecstasy. Both could not contain themselves. They became so happy. Yes, Vamshivadan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it is Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Madhavendra Puri.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, wonderful. They became so happy when they met each other. Jai Ho. Very nice. Exactly what I was thinking. 22. Niravadhi Haridasa Ganga Tire Tire Brahmana Kautuke Krishna Bali Uchchasware. Haridas Thakur continually wandered on the banks of Ganga. After coming to Shantipur, he was wandering on the banks of Ganga. What was he doing? Krishna Bali Uchchasware. Loudly, he was chanting Krishna. Uchchaswarastam Vada Sarvadaiva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Shripad Bilva Mangalacharya, he tells us that loudly we should chant Hare Krishna. Uchchaswarastam Vada. Come on, chant loudly. Uchchaswarastam Vada Sarvadaiva. All the time, chant loudly. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Here the atheists and the materialists don't want devotees to chant loudly. They are saying, stop this kirtan, we don't like it. Whereas you have Prabhupada kirtan going on. Always, we like it. Always want to be surrounded by the holy name. In the purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ji Maharaj quotes from Sri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Kshantiravvyartha kalatvam viraktirmana shunyata Asha bandha samutkantha nama gane sada ruchihi. Asakti guna akhyane priti vasati sthale it adayo anubhavasyur jata bhava ankure jane. This is a description of a pure devotee. Pure devotee. We have discussed this verse many times, so we should memorize this verse. These are the qualities that we aspire for. Shanti Ravyartha Kalatvam Viraktir Manasunyata. So that's very nice. These are the signs of a devotee who has developed ecstatic love for Krishna. Bhav Ankur. The seed of Krishna Prem is sprouted. Bhav Ankur. So Haridas Thakur was at that stage. He was a pure devotee. And he was always chanting Krishna, Krishna loudly. Namagane Sadaruchi. Always attached to Nam Gan, singing the name. Namagane Sadaruchi. Vishaya Sukhete Vira Tera Agraganya Krishna Name Paripurna Shrivadana Dhanya. Shri Haridas Thakur was most renounced in the matter of material enjoyment. Most renounced. Shanti Ravyartha Kalatvam Virakti. Virakti Manashunyata. Who can tell the difference between Tyag and Virakti? We have discussed many times this in Caitanya Bhāgavata. क्या अंतर है त्याग में और विरक्ति में? Raise your hand, please. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Tyag is something which we ourselves renounce, and virakti is because of our sadhana. We don't even feel like taking it.
Very nice. Very nice. Perfect. So tyag means to identify something as enjoyable, but it will break the regulative principles of bhakti. So I will not do. I will give it up because it is not anukul for Krishna bhakti. Pratikulya se varjanam. So we give it up. That is tyag. But vairagya means to see that thing and not even think that it is something bhoganiya hai. It is something to enjoy. That thought only doesn't come. Like Shukdev Goswami. When Srila Shukdev Goswami was going and the Matajis were bathing, Sri Shukdev Goswami did not think that a woman is bhoga vastu, bhogya vastu. For a man, no, he didn't have that. So he was vairagya. He did not consider that that is something to be enjoyed. Not at all. Another example is we say Vairagya Chudamani, Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj. He had absolutely nothing to do with wealth, money, enjoyment. A very rich businessman came to meet Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj in the forest of Mayapur. and said, Babaji Maharaj, we have built a new house. And for sadhus, we have constructed a special room. You please come and put your legs, your lotus feet in our house. Charan rakho, sirf charan rakho hamare ghar mein. Please come, stay with us we'll do all seva, we'll give you first class prasad, we'll organize Hari Katha, Kirtan karenge. You please come and you just hamare ghar ko pavitra banao. Hamare जीवन को सफल बनाओ. Make our life successful by coming and staying with us, please. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, if you think that by associating with me, your life will become perfect. Yes, if we associate with you, our life will become perfect. He said, if that is your belief, then you leave your brand new house and come and stay with me. Why should I come? You come. If you think that being with me is the perfection of life, then what is stopping you from coming to Navadvip? Why you want me to come to Calcutta? You come to Navadvip, stay with me, don't go back. Today only, you become my associate. Stay with me. Bhag gaye. Got up and ran away. Babaji Maharaj to बहुत dangerous hai. Why Babaji Maharaj could say that? Because he did not consider a big house and money to be bhoganiya, to be enjoyable, something worth enjoying. Higher taste. Param Deshwani vartate. That is Vairagya. To see a thing but not consider it something worth enjoying. That is a higher level. So Haridas Thakur was like that. He was renounced. Vishaya Sukhete Virakter Agraganya. He was the topmost among the Virakta. Krishna Name Paripurna Shrivadana Dhanya. His mouth was always full of Harinam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shrivadana Dhanya. So the Vadan, the mouth of Haridas Thakur is called Shrivadan, not Vadan, Shrivadan. Always there is holy name and Dhanya. All glories to the mouth of Haridas Thakur, where always Harinam is there. Nirantar Nam. Kirtane Sadahari. Kshane ka Govinda Name nahi ka virakti. Bhakti rase anukshana haya nama murti. Haya nana murti. He did not give up the chanting of the names of Govinda even for a moment. Kshane ka, kshana eka, ek kshan ke liye bhi. Kshane ka Govinda Name nahi ka virakti. He would not give up the name of Govinda even for a moment. Nirantar Nam. Bhakti rase anukshana haya nana murti. As a result, he was constantly manifesting various ecstatic symptoms. Nana murti, various ecstatic symptoms. Like Sweda, Kampa, Ashru, Vaivarana, Sthabda, all these ecstatic symptoms, Ashtasattvic Vikar were constantly manifested. So don't think that Haridas Thakur was just a mechanical chanter. 192 rounds. I have to chant 192 rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Like we chant. No. Thakur Mahasaya would cry. His hair would stand on end. His body would start trembling. His voice would get choked up. Nayanam garadashrudharaya, vadanam gadgadaruddhaya gira, pulakayar nichitam vapukada. Harinam grahane bhavishyati. But that was happening in Vartaman for Haridas Thakur. He had attained that state of ecstasy. So different ecstatic manifestations constantly appeared in the body of Haridas Thakur. Kakhano karena nritya apana apani. Kakhano karena matta simha praya dhvani. Sometimes he danced alone. Sometimes he roared like a lion. Simha praya dhvani. Matta simha, like an intoxicated mad lion. Matta simha, he would roar. Hari bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari bol. Kakharava uchchasware karena rodan. Atta maha hasya hasena kakhan. Sometimes he cried loudly. Uchchasware kare rodan. He would cry loudly. And sometimes he would laugh loudly. Dekho? Bhagavatam also, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarvji Thakur Prabhupada quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.40. Very important verse. 11.2.40. This verse is quoted in Caitanya Charitamrita also. Evam vratasva priyanama kirtya jata nurago druta cheta uchchai hasat athoro ditirauti gayat unmadavandretyati lokabaya. This verse is worth memorizing. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.40 also appears in the Ādi Gadādhara of Caitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu quotes this where he says, ihara karana, what is that? Prabhu kahe shuna shripad ihara karan guru more murkha dekhi karila shashan. There Mahaprabhu says this, quotes this verse. किबा मंत्र दिला गोसाई किबा तारा बल जपीते जपीते मन हैला पागल. One of my favorite sections from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Naam Mahima. There Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev quotes this verse. Evam vratasva priyanama kirtya jata nurago druta chitta uchchaihi hasat athoro diti rauti gaya tunmadavandrityati lokabhaya. Evam vratasva priya nama kirtya. Just by doing nam kirtan with love, priya nama kirtya, chanting the name of one's Ishtadev, the devotee is fixed in the vow as an eternal servant of the Lord. Jatanu rago dhruta chitta uchchai, and then gradually becomes mad. And what is the symptom? His heart melts with bhav, ecstatic love, and he laughs loudly. Hasat, cries, roditi, screams, shouts, rauti, gayan, sometimes sings, and unmadavan nrityati, sometimes like a madman he starts doing nritya, dance, and lokabhaya, he becomes indifferent to public opinion. Log kya sochenge? A pure devotee has no sudh, has no external consciousness to think what people will think. They are completely absorbed in their Ishtadev, completely absorbed in Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna Maharnisham Prabhajato. Vishaya Sukhete Vira Tera Agraganya Krishna Name Paripurna Shrivadana Dhanya. Then manifesting all the ecstatic symptoms. Prabhu Haridasa Matra Nritya Praveshile Sakala Asiyatana Shri Vigrahe Mile. As soon as Haridas Thakur began to dance, these symptoms would all manifest in his body. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada gives a very important Siddhanta. Please listen carefully. Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada writes, the word Shri Vigraha, because here the word Shri Vigraha is used in verse 30. Sakala Asiyatana Shri Vigrahe Mile. Prabhu Haridasa Matra Nritya Praveshile. The word Shri Vigraha is explained as follows. The body of Shri Haridas Thakur is not a lump of flesh, blood, and skin, like that of an ordinary karmi, fruitive worker. The body of an acharya, the body of a guru, is not made up of just skin, bones, and flesh and bile. As a result of serving the holy name, various pure ecstatic transformations would manifest in his transcendental body. The Vaishnava associates of the Lord who are inclined towards his service manifest many pure ecstatic transformations in their transcendental bodies, unlike the ordinary fruitive workers. So the body of a pure devotee, because the body is constantly engaged in Nam Seva. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manasora Sena Romancha Kampa Ashru Shrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. In Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan Leela, Shri Gurudev is manifesting all ecstatic symptoms. Therefore, the body of a Shri Guru is also Shri Vigraha, not an ordinary body, because the body is engaged in transcendental work. Hai na? Jaise, if you keep water, the quality of water is fluidity, liquid. But if you keep the water in the freezer, ice. Freezer's swabhav is ice, frozen. Water also becomes frozen. So the body of Shri Guru is made up of skin, bones, flesh, blood, no doubt. But because that body is engaged in transcendental activity, the body becomes transcendental. Because the body of Shri Guru is worshipping Shri Vigraha of Krishna, the body of Shri Guru also becomes Shri Vigraha. Corrected there. Our body is ordinary because we are doing prapanchik things of this material world. Hena se ananda dhara tite sarva anga ati pashandiyo dekhi payamaha ranga. Haridas Thakur's entire body became wet as tears of love flowed from his eyes. Even staunch atheists would offer him respect. Seeing the Bhavdasha of Namacharya Haridas Thakur, even those who had no faith in Krishna, they also respected, because this is alaukik, this is extraordinary, suprahuman. Kiba se adbhuta ange Shri Pula Kavali Brahma Shiva o dekhiya Hayana kutuhali. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva were satisfied to see the wonderful manifestation of Shri Haridas Thakur's hair standing on it. See, Shri Radhanath Sai Maharaj. Even Shivji and Brahmaji, name is there. Brahma Shiva, dekhiya. Hayana kutuhali. They became very satisfied and happy. Arey, Mahabhagvat, Mahabhagvat, Mahabhagvat. ऐसा नामाचार्य कहाँ है? So wonderful. Because it takes one to know one. Because Shivji and Brahmaji themselves are Mahajans, they can appreciate कि ये तो महाप्रभु श्री चैतन्य देव के लीला में उनके लीला के नाम देने के लिए आए महाप्रभु, और नाम आचार्य इस हरिदास ठाकुर. क्या देखो क्या स्टेटस है उनका, such a high exalted position. So even Brahmaji and Shivji, because they themselves chant Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, but now Haridas Thakur is his Jagat Guru. Phuliya grame rajata brahmana sakal sabai tahane dekhi haila vival. All the brahmanas of Phuliya gram were overwhelmed upon seeing Haridas Thakur. What is this? Such amazing waves of love. Sabara tahane bada janmila vishwas Phuliya rahe na Prabhu Haridas. When Shri Haridas Thakur resided in Phuliya gram, everyone there developed great faith in him. Pure devotee, because there is achar, then there is faith. I'll tell you, one of our Gurujans, Srila Bhurijan Prabhuji, Srila Bhurijan Prabhuji, very, very great Vaishnava, spiritual master in our movement. He has written the beautiful Japa book and also very nice books explaining Srimad Bhāgavatam. Very realized, very, very great. Our Gurujan, Shri Bhurijan Maharaj. He writes that if we want to preach in the West, then we have to have good achar, and we have to speak the truth. Sometimes in the name of bridge preaching, we dilute it so much that there is no juice, there is no ras. We don't talk about Krishna. We don't talk about Mahaprabhu. We don't talk about the Mahamantra. What is the use? You wasted their 1 hour. What are they going to go with? What have they gained? We have just talked some mind, peace, harmony, but we did not give them Krishna. What kind of preaching is that? So, Srila Bhurijan Prabhu was saying that we have to connect them with Krishna, connect them with Srila Prabhupada, and we should not compromise. And we should have personal character should be very good. And the reason he was saying that, he said in the Western world, many of these Westerners, they are frustrated with organized religion because in their places of worship, in their places of religion, they have seen a lot of hypocrisy and they are burnt with that. Now they don't want. Like I was reading, yesterday we celebrated the Vyasa Puja of Param Puja Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj from his childhood was very much interested in spirituality. So he was the altar boy growing up. He was part of the church system, very active at the church. And one day on a Sunday, he saw the priest drunk before the sermon. And he was shocked. He said, he preaches about no alcohol, and in his private life, he's breaking those principles. This is not good. So he said, no, this is not what I want to, I want a genuine guru. Then he experimented with Buddhism. So Buddhism, same thing. He, the Buddhistic teachings are non-violence, ahimsa. And he noticed that one of the teachers was addicted to eating meat. In fact, my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, tells in a lecture that, Bodh Gaya, which is the holiest place for the Buddhists. When my Guru Maharaj came searching for God to India, he crossed over from Afghanistan, Pakistan into India. Then Maharaj went north. He went to Kedarnath. Then he crossed over the Himalayas and went into Tibet. And he was learning different types of Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, Japanese Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. So he was staying there in Bodh. Then he came to Bodh Gaya, Nepal. And he was staying there and learning Buddhism from different Buddhist masters. And the very big leader of the Buddhists had come there to Bodh Gaya. And Maharaj said, Bodh Gaya is like the Vrindavan for the Buddhists. For us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Vrindavan is the highest abode. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana, Divya Chintamani Dhama. For them, it is Bodh Gaya, because that's where Lord Buddha attained enlightenment. So this Buddhist leader came to Bodh Gaya, and he was supposed to stay there for 3 months and conduct a meditation workshop for which Radhanath Maharaj had gone to attend. And after 7 days, one day Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was walking to the camp where the meditation was being taught, and he saw this guru leave in an auto rickshaw in Bodh Gaya. And he asked this young boy, Richard, means Guru Maharaj, he asked Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, hey, you want a lift? I can give you a lift. So Maharaj said, okay. So Maharaj got into this and they started talking. And Maharaj said, you were supposed to stay here for 3 months, but you are going. He said, yes, I am going, because the quality of meat that is available in Bodh Gaya is very third class. I get better quality meat where I stay in China. China, the meat is first class. So I'm going back. I cannot handle this low class meat. I need meat to eat. So Maharaj was thinking that the whole teachings of Lord Buddha are about not to kill animals, non-violence, ahimsa. And what is this? So this is hypocrisy. So Srila Bhurijan Maharaj was saying that we have to be very direct. We have to connect people to the truth, to Srila Prabhupada, to Krishna, and we should have good acharan. If we are hypocrites, these people have seen enough hypocrites. They will not be impressed. And Bhurijan Prabhu said that the Americans have a knack, the Westerns have a knack to detect where it is genuine and where there is hypocrisy, where there is cheating. They can detect it. They are very honest. So actually, these are the instructions that Srila Bhurijan Maharaj gave our dear Amarendra Prabhu. When he came to the West, these are some of the preaching instructions that he gave. So he shared with me, I'm sharing with all. So he said that, your Guru Maharaj, Param Pujya Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj, never compromised. He said he never did preaching. He always spoke pure Bhāgavatam. Bhāgavatam ko kholte hai, ek shabd ko tod ke usko vistar karte hai. He said, you also do that. You just speak pure Hari Katha, like your Guru Maharaj. He said, that is what Americans are looking for. Do it in the English language. That is the best service you can do for your Guru Maharaj, told Amarendra Prabhu. So, yeah, we have to have good acharan and we have to speak pure Krishna Katha. Connect them to Krishna as soon as possible. So the 1 ghanta, if they sit with us, that should not go wasted. There should be kirtan. They should get Krishna Naam. They should get to hear some glories of Krishna, some sweetness of Krishna, even though it's a brand new audience. They will connect because Jivara Swarup hai Krishna and Nitya Das. They are Krishna Das. We just have to remind them. And another thing he said, very beautiful. He said, even if those who do bridge preaching, na, वो 100 लोगों को preach करेंगे, bridge preaching, and उसमें से hardly 1 person will become devotee. And Bhurijan Maharaj said, if you give them direct rasa of Srimad Bhagavatam in a nice way, so that they can accept, you give them Krishna Naam, वो 100 में से कम 10 लोग भक्त बनेंगे. So which is more successful, bridge preaching or directly giving them Krishna? He said, Prabhupada never did any bridge preaching. Never. You pick up any lecture of Prabhupada. Prabhupada, New York, in the beginning, 1966, you hear those lectures. They are non-different from the lecture Prabhupada gave in 1977. वैसे ही श्लोक्स, quotation, वैसे ही पूरा सिद्धांत Prabhupada. Swami Maharaj came to New York and उधर Manhattan में बैठकर he was speaking Vrindavan Katha, Gaur Katha, like that. So we have to be like that. We have to give them, connect them to Krishna. So Haridas Thakur was like that. He was always, anybody who saw him developed great faith because he was not compromising. He had achar. Sabara tahane bada janmila vishwas. They got vishwas in Haridas Thakur because he had achar. The acharan is very important. Ganga snana kari niravadhi harinam uchcha kari laya bulena sarvasthan. Haridas Thakur would regularly take bath in Ganga and then loudly chant the names of Lord Hari while wandering about. Loudly he would take Ganga Snan and then loudly chanting Harinam all day, loudly, so everybody can hear. Today we just came from the temple just now. We are coming from the Sunday feast, ISKCON Atlanta. And one devotee was telling a very nice pastime about Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Said when the Rath Yatra took place in ISKCON Atlanta in the beginning years, 1980s, Maharaj only started the Rath Yatra in Atlanta. And so devotees were out for almost 6-7 hours in the sun in the month of June. June first weekend is the Rath Yatra. So June is very hot. So they went out on Rath Yatra, 6.5 hours throughout Rath Yatra, they were doing kirtan, continuously kirtan. And then in the end, when they came to the temple lane, they were tired. All day sitting in that open cart. It did not even have a canopy in the first year. It was just a wagon that was converted into Jagannath Baldev Subhadra's Rath, one Rath. Just a wagon, upar se open tha. So it was in the sun all day doing kirtan. They were exhausted. So as they started approaching the temple, they could see the temple. This is the temple. Okay, the Rath Yatra is over now. The kirtan kind of dwindled and stopped. And Srila Jayapataka Swami had tears in his eyes. And he said, please don't stop the kirtan. Loudly chant the holy names of Krishna. Maharaj said, even if there is one person, one pedestrian who crosses, and if he doesn't hear the holy name being sung, then he lost the opportunity. Mahaprabhu sent him our way, and we did not give him the holy name. So don't stop chanting. Keep going, keep going. There should be continuous Nam Sankirtan. With tears in his eyes, Srila Jayapataka Maharaj said. Tears. The devotee was saying, I personally saw the tears. Sri Goparaj Prabhu was saying today. Yeah. This is the important thing. This is the movement of Namacharya Haridas Thakur Mahaprabhu. We must try our best to give the holy name. Srila Prabhupada was at the airport and devotees came to receive Srila Prabhupada and they were doing kirtan. One of my favorite pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. They were doing kirtan to receive Prabhupada. And some people were so fed up with devotees. All the time they're at the airport, distributing books, Back to Godhead magazines. They just didn't like devotees. So now Prabhupada has come, their guru has come, and everybody is dancing and loud kirtan, and they have come to receive with garlands and everything, sandalwood paste. They found it like too much. The Americans on the airport, they found it too much. Found it to be too much. So, and then the Prabhupada was walking out of the airport towards the curbside, and there were 2-3 dozen devotees behind Prabhupada doing kirtan with mridanga, kartal, everything. And Prabhupada is walking out, and there's a car waiting at the curbside for Prabhupada at the airport. And so many people are there at the curbside. And the people were so fed up with the devotees that when devotees came with Prabhupada doing kirtan, loud Harinam Sankirtan, people were closing their ears like this. And Prabhupada said, too late. The holy name has already entered their ears. Abhi baat ban jayegi. Our job is done. They have heard the holy name already. So they have heard, that's why they are closing. No? Prabhupada said, too late. Holy name has already. Gaurangera Madhurila, Jay Karane Praveshila, Tara Hridaya Hai Nirmal. It will work. So anyway, so this is our parampara. What to do? So he would take Ganga Snan and loudly chant Ganga Snan. Ganga Snana Kari Niravadhi Harinam. Uchcha Kari Laya Bulena Sarvasthan. He would go here and there chanting Harinam. Ganga Snan. Now one important point here, my dear friends, is Haridas Thakur every day did Ganga Snan. Now there are devotees of Mahaprabhu who have different bhav. And we have to understand that. We should not judge devotees, or we should not paint devotees in the same color. One size fits all. Aisa nahi hota hai bhakti mein. Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Bhigya na bujay. On one hand, we have Haridas Thakur who is doing Ganga Snan every day, even though he is born in a Muslim family. He's born in a Muslim family, but doing Ganga Snan every day. On the other hand, we have Shri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, very high class person. He has servants and very rich, aristocratic person. Shri Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And it is described Shri Pundarik Vidyanidhi never in his life took Ganga Snan. He lived on the bank of Ganga, but never did Ganga Snan. Not once. Bhav. His bhav was, this is Ganga Devi. How can I put my feet in Ganga Devi. No, no, no. Do we put feet in Charanamrit? No. We put Charanamrit on the head. We never put our legs in the Charanamrit. So this is Charanamrit. Ganga ji is Charanamrit. She is washing the lotus feet of my Krishna. I cannot put my feet in Ganga. My Mahaprabhu takes bath in this Ganga. How I can put my feet in this Ganga? No, no, no. So he would offer obeisances from a distance to Ganga ji. Look at Sridhar, Kolavicha Sridhar. He would give 50% of his income for Ganga Puja. So different devotees have different bhav. And bhav grahi Janardhan. Krishna accepts the bhav. So everybody's bhav is nice. Krishna doesn't like only khichdi every day. Krishna likes chappan bhog. Chappan devotees, chappan bhav. But the aim is samsiddhir haritoshanam. They want to serve. Aisa, if you analyze in bhakti, aisa bahut kuch hai. Different devotees. Now some devotees put Radha Shyam Sundar to bed सोने के लिए. Some devotees don't put. कहते कि ऐसे कैसे रात को तो रासलीला करते हैं. So like that. Some devotees don't taste before offering Krishna because this is bhog. How we can take. But some people, how I can offer without tasting? I want to make sure it's perfect. कुछ modify करना है तो. So they will put one drop, not to enjoy, but just to taste so that Krishna gets the perfect. So there was one devotee. His name was, I think it is Govinda. Govinda. He was the nephew and also the personal servant of Shripad Ramanujacharya. Govinda. If I remember correctly, I may be wrong with the name. Maybe Dasharathi, I don't know. But one of the servants of Shripad Ramanujacharya, his seva was to make the bed for Ramanujacharya every day. And some devotees complained to Shripad Ramanujacharya that we have caught your servant lie down on your bed. हमने देखा है. We have seen. He lies on your bed. Shripad Ramanujacharya. So this is very bewildering. So Shripad Ramanujacharya saw one day that yes, this devotee, whether it was Govinda or Dasharathi, one of them, he made the bed, so looked everything, and then went and laid down on Shripad Ramanujacharya's bed as a little bit, थोड़ा करवट वरवट बदले, ऐसा सब check किया, and then he would get up. फिर से इसको ठीक करके. So Shripad Ramanujacharya said, "What are you doing? This is your guru's bed. How can you lie on your guru's bed? You're committing aparadh. Don't you know? Have you not studied the scripture? This is aparadh." He said, "Yes, Gurudev, I know it's an aparadh. And every day I commit this aparadh." He said, "Why? Why are you committing guru aparadh?" He said, "I commit this aparadh because I want to make sure my guru's bed is soft everywhere. There is no crease, there's nothing hard. It's perfectly comfortable for you. For that, if I have to go to hell to make sure that the bed is perfectly comfortable for you, I'm willing." I'm willing. But my Gurudev should be very comfortable. तो क्या बोलेंगे? ऐसे भाव को बस प्रणाम. Such a sweet भाव. Srila Ramanujacharya embraced him. धन्य है. Very nice. Very sweet भाव. One devotee kept Radharani on Krishna's right. Said she is Swamini. Nirantara Vashikrita Pratiti Nandane. So this is also bhav. What can you do? Different devotees have different way of affection. So today Radharani is in Man. So Krishna is on the left side. He's subordinate. He's keeping Radharani on his right out of respect. So what to do? This is our bhakti is all about bhav. As long as it is under the guidance of Guru Sadhu Shastra and we are honest, we are not doing it for pradarshan to get respect from people, but it is our personal bhajan. It is very nice. Also, Andal, Andal, one of the only female alwar. There are 12 alwars in the Shri Sampradaya. The only female alwar is Shrimati Andal. She got married to Shri Ranganath ji. So she also her father used to make those garlands. That garland story I told you, Mataji, it is from this only. Andal's father only. His lifelong service was to make garlands for Lord Vishnu. So he used to make a garland and keep it. And one day he caught his daughter Andal wear the garland and look in the mirror like this, arranging it nicely, and then keeping it again in the plate, the offering plate. And then father would come and do the puja and then offer it to Lord Vishnu's deity. So he caught and he was very upset. He said, "Andal, what is this? You're wearing the nice, fragrant, beautiful, fresh flower garland of Lord Narayan. And you're even looking in the mirror, how you are looking in the mirror, how you appear with that garland around your neck. This is very bad. Never do that again. So she was crying. She begged forgiveness. Sorry, Pitaji. Sorry, Father. I'll never do that again. He went. He said, today I cannot offer this garland now because you wore it. Now it is not amaniya. Now it is cannot be offered. So today no garland. Because he used to take all the flowers from his garden and make one big thick garland going all the way to the knees of Lord Narayan. So that garland is contaminated. Now there is no more garland. And so that day, Lord Narayan did not get a garland. At night, Narayan spoke to Vishnu Chitta. Andal's father's name was Vishnu Chitta. He said, why you did not offer me the garland today? He said, sorry, Lord Narayan, but my daughter contaminated it. She wore it. Lord Narayan chastised Vishnu Chitta. He said, you know, I lovingly accept your garlands every day only because Andal has worn them. If Andal has not worn it, I don't care about your garlands. I don't care about your color combination and flower combination and or your aesthetic sense. I enjoy your garlands only because Andal has worn. Do you know why she wears it? She wears it to see if it is any wetness anywhere or any flower is pricking, any thorn or any flower is little hard. It's not completely blossomed. Is it comfortable? She checks it and she looks in the mirror to see how it looks, how the symmetry is, how the color combination is, so that Lord Narayan will look beautiful. She's thinking, does it look good? Will Lord Narayan like it like that? So she's looking in the mirror for that reason. But you misunderstood her bhav. You couldn't understand her bhav. He said, from tomorrow, no, he said, go and get that garland and offer it to me now. And from tomorrow, you continue offering garlands, but only when Andal has worn. And later on this Andal, she got married to Lord Ranganath and entered into the body of Ranganath in front, full view of everyone. Such a great devotee. Andal. Even today, her deity is there in Ranganath temple. Actually, Ananya is there now. Ananya, are you there? Are you able to hear Ananya? She is there in Sri Rangam now.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing.
Hare
And
Krishna.
I didn't go to the detail. Now that I heard from you, so I would just try going again. Thank you so much. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So like that. Kitne time kya hua abhi? It's almost 9:30. So we'll stop here. So we read till Ganga Snan. So from 36, Krishna willing, we will continue next Sunday. Shri Caitanya Bhāgavata ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashaya ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any comments or questions or corrections? Okay. So it's not there. We'll stop here. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Jai Jai Shri Radhe
Thank you very
Shyam.
much, Guru.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.